We recently got back from a camping trip. When I got back and checked on the chickens, I realized I left an entire container of raisins right there. The entire container of raisins is no longer there. But what is left here is the lid. Just the lid. Only the lid. So that tells me that something ran off with an entire container of raisins. I wish so much that I had that on camera because I think that's freaking hilarious. Good morning. Welcome to our channel. My name is Crystal. We got a very aggressive thunderstorm yesterday that knocked out our power. We didn't have power for a while last night, but it also did some damage in our garden. And I had done a lot of work in here yesterday. I harvested a bunch of the smaller variety of garlic and I hung it in our basement. Some of these are really dried up at the bottom, and some are just starting to be. I think I'm gonna pull up some of the ones that look really done. The music garlic, the larger ones back here, they don't look like they're ready to come up quite yet. Their leaves are just starting to die back on as we go up. I think I'm gonna leave those in a little bit longer, but this Chesnok Red variety, some of them fell over really early, and I've had a bunch of them hanging in our basement that I pulled out last week. Those have already dried up pretty nicely. That's a good one. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me over the mower. I know some people say just to brush off the dirt and not rinse them off. I rinse them off because I'm bringing them into my house. I want to get all the dirt off before I let them dry in the basement. So last week I harvested some of the Chesnok Red Garlic that's pretty small, but it's still edible. All the stems and stalks and stuff were falling over. It just didn't look right, so I just took them out. And they've been down here drying for probably a little over a week now. So I'm gonna keep them down here for a couple more weeks before I actually like cut them away and cut the roots off and put them in where I'm gonna be storing them. I tied them up using this elastic material from a package or something that I got. I saved those elastics that you get, and they come in really handy in the garden. Now using them to tie up my garlic. And then I have them on one of these broom poles from the dollar store. And so I have them hung up like that. The same variety of garlic is what I harvested today, except they're a little bit bigger. This is a Chesnok Red Garlic. I think I got these from Burpee. I ordered them last year when it was the only place that I could find to pre-order garlic. I ordered 2 varieties of garlic from them, Chesnok Red and Music. Here is one of the ones that I pulled out. The scape is gone because I harvested the scapes and froze most of them. This is what it looks like. And once they're dry, I will cut these roots off and the stem, and then I'll probably store them in a basket down here. So I'm going to tie these up. I'm just gonna split these into 2 bundles here. And then I'm going to take this rubber band and just wrap it around this. And I'm going to show you how I do that. I'm going to take it like this and wrap it around the bundle. And then I'm going to pull it through like that. And then this is how I'm going to hang it. So I'm just kind of looping it through itself, just like that. So I looped it through, and now I'm going to use this and hang it up. Now I'm going to take the broom handle and I'm going to feed it through like that. So it hangs up, and I'm going to do that one more time with these, except this time I'm using another stretchy elastic from some sort of package. I'm just going to take the bundle, and I'm going to feed it through like that and hang this part through the mop handle. Sorry for the poor lighting, but I have the garlic hanging on this mop handle just across my grow light shelves, and these will dry really well. And the good thing about the handle too is if I need to move it out of the way, I can just put it somewhere else if I have to. So these will sit down here for a few weeks. like 3 or 4 weeks to dry. These ones have already been down here for a week, like I said, and they're already starting to get really papery, but they're not ready for me to take down yet. I'm so excited. I can't believe how much I got, and we'll see how the other kinds turn out. We recently got back from a camping trip, and when I came back, the garden looked so different and full and very lively, and much bigger tomatoes than when we left. So it's fun to see the change in that when you go away and then come back. Yesterday I tied up some of the tomatoes, did some pruning, I fertilized. Alrighty, so the next thing I want to get done is fertilizing a lot of the plants that are flowering and starting to produce fruit. So I have this organic, it's just a pump and grow. I got it at Home Depot a while ago. Do like 8 pumps into a can of water, and then I just fertilize the plants that way. I just use a liquid soluble fertilizer and mix it into a watering can, and then I just go around to the flowering plants or the plants with fruit on it, and every couple of weeks or so I fertilize each plant that needs it. I harvested a bunch of blueberries and I harvested a bunch of peas. Now the peas, half of them went into a stir fry I made with beef from a cow that we had purchased back in January. I made a stir fry with half of the peas that I harvested, and then the other half I blanched them for 2 minutes and then stuck them in the freezer to flash freeze them essentially, and then I put them in a freezer bag to use in a stir fry later. I think that's all I did yesterday as far as the garden is concerned. Today in the garden, clean up these onions behind me again, which I don't need to show that. Some of the tomatoes have fallen over, so I have to pick them back up and tie them up, that kind of fun stuff. So that'll do it for this garden video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. Bye.